What's up, everybody? I'm Will, and welcome to Hollywood Multipass. It's spooky season, and what better movie to kick it all off other than Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. I love this movie. It has an impressive cast of actors, a perfect setting and time period, one of Danny Elfman's best scores, a great director and a usual go-to for Halloween films in Tim Burton, and like so many great slasher films, it has a terrifying and unkillable monster in the Headless Horseman. When a series of murders occurs within the small town of Sleepy Hollow, Constable Ichabod Crane is sent to investigate and find the culprit. Upon his arrival, Ichabod is surprised to learn that the township know exactly who committed the crimes. Being a man of science and reason, he finds it difficult to believe everyone's claims that it is in fact a headless horseman committing these murders. Until he comes until he encounters the horseman himself. Yeah, that works. The Headless Horseman is one of the coolest monsters in horror because of his undead nature and his deadly skill in combat. He's always presented in a threatening and intimidating way. Whenever he's approaching, he instills fear and terror in the township and its people. This is one of my favorite performances by Johnny Depp in a film. He brings a nice levity to the movie as an easily frightened outsider. It was an early showing in his career of how wickedly talented Johnny Depp is.
The wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
Oh, that never gets old, ever. Johnny Depp leads an incredible and very recognizable cast that includes Christina Ricci, Wednesday Addams, Miranda Richardson, Rita Skeeter, Michael Gambon, Dumbledore of course, Casper Van Dien, Starship Troopers, Jeffrey Jones, Beetlejuice, Christopher Lee, Count Dooku, Ian McDermott, Palpatine, Michael Goff, my favorite Alfred, and Richard Griffiths, Uncle Vernon. Obviously, the Harry Potter connection is pretty strong here, and Star Wars villains. Which reminds me that Darth Maul, played by Ray Park, also plays the Headless Horseman in this movie, when he's cutting off heads and doing all the incredible stunt work. I should also give deserved praise to young Mazbeth, played by a 12-year-old Mark Pickering. Usually kids his age in horror movies are portrayed in an annoying way, or seen as a hindrance more than any sort of help. But he plays young Mazbeth as a mature, brave, and helpful ward to Johnny Depp's Ichabod. He has a great dynamic with Depp's character, especially with the contrasting bravery to Ichabod's fearfulness. I don't think any other director could have told this story better than Tim Burton. He gives the film his signature style and delivers such memorable visuals that leave a lasting impression. His gothic storytelling is a match made in Hollywood heaven for the source material given. Danny Elfman's music is so recognizable and unmistakable after many collaborations with Tim Burton. He's brought us numerous iconic compositions from that pairing, including Batman, Beetlejuice, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, and many more. Sleepy Hollow is another iconic addition. Perhaps more subtle than its predecessors, but it's still a great spine-tingling, spooky, and haunting addition to the Burton-Elfman era. The only downside I could find in this wonderful horror tale is the CGI. Most of the film is done with practical effects, which is an added reason to why I love this movie so much. But there are two instances where CGI is used and it doesn't hold up. The CGI eyes may have worked back in the late 90s, but it doesn't really work so much these days. Luckily, it's so brief that it doesn't hinder the film at all, but you will notice it. When looking for flaws within the movie, that's really the only thing that slightly bothered me, which speaks volumes to how much Sleepy Hollow as a whole still holds up after over 20 years. It's a perfect film to get completely immersed in. The production design, the cinematography, and the costumes help immensely with the aesthetic of the film. Sleepy Hollow as a movie and a town is so beautifully crafted that you'll want to visit its gothic setting over and over again, especially around Halloween. It's highly entertaining and has so many elements that make it great and memorable for a supernatural horror movie. Sleepy Hollow is one of Tim Burton's most visually striking films and one of Johnny Depp's best performances. It's an unconventional slasher film that I love coming back to almost every Halloween. If you're looking for a great film to kick off your Halloween season, look no further than Sleepy Hollow. I own it and it's worth having for such a season and time as this. Sleepy Hollow is worth getting for any gothic horror fan and most definitely worth the buy. If you don't own it already, you can check it out on Netflix, but it's going to be taken off on October 31st of this year, 2020. So if you want to check it out, now's the time. And that's my review for Sleepy Hollow. What's your favorite scary movie? What's your go-to movie for Halloween? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share the video for Halloween, and watch the video on the screen for more content like this on Hollywood Multipass.